So can you just walk us through your journey of founding this company of yours, and how long did it take, and what the struggles you had? So.
Absolutely. So my background, I'm a scientist by training. I did chemical engineering and started working in biopharma in the early 2000s, working on pretty interesting technologies, going after cancer, going after ophthalmology, and later on I joined a company called Allergan, where we were developing a product called Botox, which is used for anywhere from aesthetics to a lot of therapeutic applications. And being a scientist, you're always looking for next way of treating the unmet needs in medical and therapeutic area. In 2014, when I was working at Allergan, leading programs in ophthalmology and neurotoxin space, I felt there's so much can be done with the neurotoxin profile. Everyone knows Botox,
sure.
and the one common association with Botox is cosmetics.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that there's so many applications, in therapeutic applications, that can be used for Botox, things like pain management, for example. So with that concept in mind, I had an idea that I wanted to pursue, and being an R&D gave me that insight, information, and background knowledge in that space to pursue that idea. During 2014, one of my old companies, Allergan, got acquired by a big pharma, which is M&A is happening quite a bit in this space, and that prompted me to look for opportunity to pursue my dream, which is start a company.
Sure.
And that happened in 2015. I got a team together, founded the company around this idea. As a scientist, as an R&D, of course, you need to learn the business. So first-time CEO, I had a huge task ahead of me. But what you do, you surround yourself with the right people,
Absolutely.
and right advisors, and having the ability to learn and perseverance on ways to run the operations. Learn to learn the finances, learn to run the science aspect of it. All in all, it was an experience that I really enjoyed. And fast forward 3 years, we were founded in 2015. In 2018, we got acquired by Allergan as well. So from first-time CEO perspective, couldn't ask for a better outcome, but
Absolutely.
it's a journey where there's a lot of ups and downs. It's not for faint of hearts, and you got to have the ability to persevere in these times.
What a great story, wonderful. So why the acquisition, and how did this deal come to you, and where did you have second thoughts about, do I want to take this company to the next level, or do I want to come up with another new concept? So,
Yeah.
or the inner entrepreneur in you said, you know what, let's move on to the next project.
It's a very good question, and every entrepreneur at some point will have to deal with that question, especially when you're a founder of the company and you build the organization. Interestingly enough for us, we're planning to go IPO in that year, and we had very good accomplishments in the 2-year period that we had before, some good positive data coming in from our clinical trials, and we're positioning ourselves for IPO late 2018. Obviously going public has its own charm and own excitement around it. But at the end of the day, you have to look from what's in the best interest for the company, your shareholders, your investors in essence, right? So, and collectively you have to pick the right option.
Sure.
We could have gone public and certainly enjoyed the benefit of being in public market and increase our resources for getting future financing. But being acquired had its own value in itself as well too. We're also mindful of that, that in the acquisition you want to make sure that whoever acquires you, one, they value you highly of what you deserve, and more importantly, will they carry the mission on that
Sure.
you have established? So the two factors that played in my mind was, from first-time CEO perspective, it was important to create value for the company, create value for the shareholders, but the same token also end up in a situation where the mission and the initiative we had taken with our company, Bonti, will continues on with the right partner in place. And that came in with Allergan, who obviously made a very significant investment in us. It was $200 million upfront with subsequent significant milestone payments. Make creative value for investors, and for the first time CEO, couldn't ask for any better outcome than that.
Absolutely. So do you think that the company Allergan is taking your baby, I would say, to where you want it to be? And do you have in the next 5 years, do you think that your product that you and your team worked on so much would be where you had dreamed it would be by the acquisition?
Yeah, absolutely. And partly, and we had other potential acquirers at the same time as well too. We chose Allergan for the ability and the experience in this space, and that played a lot on our mind as well. That the programs that we had, the goals we had, that will continue with Allergan. Now, when you're a small company, you're a bit more nimble, a bit more agile.
Sure.
Big companies have their own big system, and
Absolutely.
sometimes it takes longer for them to things happen.
Sure.
But clearly they're on the right track. A bit slow, but nevertheless, I think they have the right team who will take it to late stage development of our product, and then and potential commercialization.
Wonderful. So, was your team, not the investors and not the people who put money in the company, but the rest of your team, your R&D team, happy with the decision of this acquisition?
Yeah, absolutely, and partly because again, because of the company who acquired us. So some of the plans that we have put in place, and one thing that also helped us a lot, that some of us came with that development experience. So we knew what it is required to get those programs to regulatory approval, to late-stage clinical development, and to commercialization. So the plans that we put in place were something that Allergan recognized and can execute on. So basically, in essence, the work has been done and the package has been provided to them. All they have to do is basically execute on it. So the team obviously is pleased with that outcome, the fact that in 5 years period, that we will have a product that can change the dynamics of pain management, especially in our country where opioid epidemic is creating all kind of havoc. When you have a biologic that does not cause addiction, is safe, and more importantly treats the root cause of the problem. So that in itself is the biggest satisfaction that we get out of this, and Allergan is a company that can provide that solution.
So what's next?
Certainly a lot is next. I mean, the experience in itself, as I mentioned, being a first-time CEO, you get exposed to a lot of things that you never did back in my R&D days. I mean, literally 4 years ago, I was debating with Japanese FDA on a program that I had back at Allergan, and now obviously the experience behind me running a company. Would like to continue that and expand on the opportunities that there's so much unmet need, especially in the medical space. Many areas in ophthalmology and skincare, there's opportunities to pursue. But at the same token, I also feel that there's also an opportunity to help guide and mentor the next generation entrepreneurs. Open is a great forum for that as well too, and a lot of bidding entrepreneurs coming in this space, and anything that I can pass on to those individuals, help them build their or pursue their dreams, pursue their ideas, and become successful.
Well, I think you answered partly my question, but what do you think of Open, and how, I believe you answered quite a bit of it, but how would you contribute further or in the future on this forum?
Well, to me, I always, I'm a big fan of using the experience to benefit others as well too. And I think Open certainly provides a platform, and I mean, in this event itself, more than 1,000 people attending. What a better way of getting exposure to the ideas you're pursuing. In my mind, no idea is a bad idea, and you'll always find someone who will believe in you, right? So I think forums like Open provides that avenue for the next generation entrepreneurs to come to this event, wherever they need guidance, wherever they need mentorship. I mean, most people are inventors. They know technology well, but sometimes they don't know how to run the operations around it or build a team around it.
Sure.
So this can be a forum where they can seek guidance, advice, and build the operation that can be successful down the road. So I'm a big believer in that myself.
Oh, great. This is very inspiring, especially for me coming from a biotech industry, still working there, that there are so many other opportunities available. When you come here in the biotech, you just think, if you're in one certain division, that's it, that's your future.
Right.
You can grow into a certain level, you can climb the ladder, but that is it. But listening to you, there are opportunities if you only want to grasp them, I think.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously being in Silicon Valley doesn't mean that just tech focused, but healthcare, as you know, exciting things happening in healthcare with gene therapy coming in, gene editing coming in. So the future is there, but it's the people with the vision and perseverance to go pursue it.
Absolutely. So before we finish, just some quick fire questions for you. Cricket or football?
Cricket, for sure.
Oh, wonderful. Pepsi or Coke?
Used to be Pepsi, but now Coke.
Regular or diet?
Coke Zero.
Oh, excellent. Burger or biryani?
That's a good question. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one. I'll go with biryani for now.
Oh, excellent. And Karachi or LA? Or San Francisco?
That's tough. I live in Orange County now, so I'll go with Karachi. I haven't been there in a while, so.
Perfect. Well, it was such wonderful to have this conversation with you, and we wish you the very best for whatever the future holds for you.
Thank you. It was an honor to be here.
I hope that you come here every year to inspire people to pursue their dreams.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.